fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, brand. Okay. I always lose it. What is going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unsolicited with Sam and Jordyn. I am Sam, joined alongside Miss Jordyn, which I don't even know why she's laughing right now.
I will tell you. So I have the giggles. I can't stop. Me and Sam talk before we record on StreamYard, and we usually start recording prior to our video. And before Sam was starting, and she was like, "Where is it? Fuck." And there was one time I uploaded the audio to Spotify before I trimmed it, and I realized immediately that I did it, and I took it down and re-uploaded it. It was fine, but I started giggling because I was like, imagine if I did that this week and they just heard in their headphones like, fuck. And then our intro just started, so I couldn't stop laughing.
I think that maybe this week you might just need to upload it that way, because that's so funny. I know, because I press record and then I always lose the intro clip. And I'm like, where the fuck is it? Like, I cannot find it. And it's in the same place every time. Like, it never moves.
Oh my God. So yeah, the whole intro, I was giggling. I was like, get it together. And then I didn't get it
together.
Because
you're on StreamYard, like below us, I can see the two of us even when things are up on the screen. And I was dancing, and then I stopped and I looked over to the side and I was like, oh, I should click out of this now. And I looked down and I just saw Jordyn laughing, and I was like, oh fuck, what the hell is she laughing about? I was like, is she laughing at me? Is she laughing at my dance move?
What just happened in the last 4 seconds that we weren't talking? No, I normally dance when our intro's playing. I usually sit here and I'm like,
yeah, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. That is Adobe stock music goes so fucking hard for no reason.
No, literally, keep popping your thing, Adobe stock music.
You know what's so funny is I literally have been using Adobe for like 5 years now, which is like crazy to think about. But there was one time I used Adobe Premiere stock music for something that I made back when we were at NFL Films. And then I went and I was watching TV like maybe a year ago, and there was a commercial and it was using the same music. And I was like,
exactly where you got that from.
I was like, I just know somebody had a budget constraint on this on this one. We had to use Adobe stock music.
That's actually hysterical.
Yes, it's very funny. But today, after the last 2 weeks have been very Taylor Swift heavy. To be quite honest, we only have like a few things to talk about here.
Yeah, and I just picked my one 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, I mean, we can jump right into that because I think that that's a great discussion for people of the universe to hear.
Oh, my name debate?
Yes, your name debate.
Okay, so for those that don't know, I almost said I've been Jordyn. Like, obviously, my name is freaking Jordyn. But yeah, no, so I've gone by Jordyn my entire life. Like, I've just always been Jordyn. Every once in a while, people would obviously randomly call me Jordy, but it was never a thing. Like, I was just always Jordyn. And then 2020, I start the YouTube channel, Sporty Jordy, thinking that Jordy was going to take off and that's what everyone was going to call me. All of my friends, like when they text me everything, my dad, everyone calls me Sporty, which I was so not expecting, but that's been the thing. So I went from Jordyn to Sporty, which I love. Now this week I start a new job and everyone calls me Jordy and they're like, is it okay? And I'm like, yeah, I think it's adorable. I love it. But it's just so weird that and one of the people asked me, they were like, have you always been Jordy? And I was like, no, I became Jordy at 23 years old. You would think this is a childhood name. Yeah. But no, I didn't have a nickname my entire life. And then I turned 21. And then I had 2. And now I'm 25 and I have 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've suddenly Jordyn, Jordy, Sporty, whatever. I'll respond to any of it now. Yeah, I feel like Jordyn is trickling away. I don't even know who she is anymore.
I know. And as before we started recording, I was even saying like I feel like I sound so pretentious when I refer to you as Jordyn because that's how I've known you as, like, you are Jordyn. And so, like, when people are like, "Oh my god, like, how's Jordy?" And I'm like, "Jordan's fine." And
Yeah.
I'm like I'm
It's
like
like, who are you talking about?
I'm like, "Jordan?" Like, I like it's always been Jordan for me, so the fact that I always call you Jordan is because I can't not call you Jordan, like, it's just
No,
the weight
literally.
of the world, but
Because me and Sam met before I was ever sporty, before YouTube was ever a thing for me. So I'm just Jordan.
yes. She's just
But
Jordan. She's Jordan, she's Jordy, she is sporty, and actually, right before this, we thought of another one, which is Jay Coupe, which I think is adorable.
is that
Her
not so cute?
another alter ego of hers. It's
J.
like,
Coupe.
who is she?
I can be anybody. I'm the man with no face.
Yeah.
What's that from Game of Thrones?
Oh, yeah,
The man of
that
many
guy.
faces?
Yes, who trains,
Arya.
Arya. I
Yes.
did not like that whole side plot. I thought it was so boring.
Me either. And she was my whole world. I was so obsessed with her. And I was just like,
No.
what is happening?
Yeah, that was a boring side plot. I've actually been thinking about rewatching Game of Thrones.
No, I've never rewatched. I never rewatched it.
Neither have
I
I.
started Game of Thrones. Um, it was the last season was about to come out, and my boyfriend
Mhm.
at the time was like, "I am going to watch it without you. Like, when it comes out, I'm watching it. I'm not dealing with spoilers because he was watching it the whole time." And I was like, "Oh my god, I'll get caught up." We had 1 month. He was like, "It's not possible." I was like,
No, it's
"Yeah,
totally
it is."
possible.
Oh, we binged the shit out of it. I watched there was 8 seasons, right?
Yes,
The
yes,
last
the
one was
last
8.
season was the 8th season, I
So
think.
I watched 7 seasons of Game of Thrones in 3 weeks. Like,
Doable.
oh my god, it was insane. And then obviously watched the last season as it came out, and then I haven't watched since. So
Yeah.
I think I
I
should
I
watch.
I watched Game of Thrones way after it finished.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Michael, watched it while it was on TV. My parents watched Game of Thrones, like, on TV, like, from when it first came out, which is, like, hardcore. Like, they were watching it on TV, and I had no business watching things on HBO, like, that's when that show came out. And same thing with The Sopranos. They watched The Sopranos, like, when it came out weekly on HBO, and I was like, "No business of me standing in the living room watching this."
Yeah.
But I watched Game of Thrones, I think 2 years ago, and
Mm,
it took me 6 weeks to watch everything.
fair.
Because there actually isn't that many episodes.
They're
They're
just
just
long.
long. So, once you do get through, like, all of a sudden you're like 5, 6 hours in, you've watched 5 or 6 episodes and you got like 1 or 2 left in the season. You could kill Game of Thrones, I tell you, in 10 days.
Yeah.
If you
No,
like
you could.
committed to it, you could do it.
Were you a Hunger Games fan?
Yes. So I read Hunger Games first before I tried to get it all done before the movies came out. I never saw part 2 of Mockingjay. Like, I don't know why. I think at that point I had, like, died out in terms of, like,
You have to watch it.
I watched Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay
Mockingjay
part
Part
1.
1.
I think it's just the way I am because the same thing happened with me with,
Don't say Twilight.
Twilight.
No!
I've never seen Breaking Dawn Part 2, and I read the books, and I watched all the other movies, and then I'm pretty sure Maze Runner came out with a Part 1 and a Part 2. I never watched this, like, I lost interest by the time it would come out.
No, wait, I'm still stuck on the fact you've never seen Breaking Dawn Part 2.
I'm pretty sure I have just seen enough clips of it on TikTok that I have watched this movie, but I've never sat down and watched the movie fully through.
Episode is canceled. Sam, get in the car. I want you to drive to New Jersey right now, and I want you to sit on my couch, and we're watching Breaking Dawn Part 2.
We have a Twilight marathon.
Yes, I would legitimately love nothing more.
That sounds like so much fun. We should
No.
we should watch it and critique it, and then we'll post it on our YouTube channel.
Yes. Oh my God. See, we came into this episode with nothing, and we have more content.
Everybody watch out. We're gonna start putting extra content out.
No, like I'm so here for this. There's like a major twist in Breaking Dawn Part 2 that like I need to see your reaction.
That's not in the book?
No.
What?
That's why I'm like so shocked.
Wait. Is it like a major, like, does it change the plot like a lot?
Just come here. Just get in the car and go.
All right, bye guys. I gotta go.
We will circle back to this when we will have another Twilight discussion. But the reason that I asked about Hunger Games, because
Oh yeah.
the new movie is
Yes.
going to be coming out. Well, not a new movie, but it's a prequel. So it's reversed. But I did the same thing. I read all the books. I must have been in like 7th, 8th grade when the Hunger Games movie started coming out.
That would make sense because I was like a freshman, sophomore in high school.
Yeah. So it was right around, I can't remember exactly, but it was right around that. I was definitely in middle school. Like I was 100% not in high school yet. So I read all the Hunger Games books prior to entering high school. So like I was young. I barely remember them. Yeah. Now the new one's coming out. I haven't read the new book yet either, or the prequel yet either. So I just got the whole series and I'm going to read Hunger Games for the first time since I was a child, and I'm so amazing. Excited.
I love that for you.
I just want to, because like I reread Harry Potter, like I've reread Twilight. I just like experiencing it as an adult too, because I just feel like you get so much more out of it.
100%. I remember I didn't even own the Hunger Games books. A lot of times when I read books like that, like I would borrow them from other people because I was like, I cannot afford to go out and buy like a set of books right now. Yeah. But my cousin was like, he still is like big into like computers and like kind of like hacking and like getting things off of the internet without paying for them, that kind of thing. Perfect. And he downloaded the entire first book of the Hunger Games and he literally emailed it to me. So I would sit on my phone and I read the entire first Hunger Games, like, but not on an iPhone because I was 14 and I had like just like a touchscreen phone that slid up that had a keypad,
like a sidekick.
It wasn't a sidekick. It was like a stupid sidekick. It was like a fake sidekick. But it didn't spin up. It slid up. Like I went like this and I pushed it up and then the keyboard would end up down here. And I would sit there and I would sit in class and I'd put my book, you know, like in front of my thing and I'd put my phone right in front of my book and I would swipe. And I would read the Hunger Games on my phone. That's how I read the first Hunger Games.
Not read Hunger Games like this.
I 100% did. The entire book. The entire book I read that way. Yep. And then of course
that may be the most iconic thing I've ever heard.
And it's like 100% true. I bet you if I went through like my old email, I would be able to find it somewhere in my email. Because he was just like, hey, like I downloaded the first Hunger Games books. You want to read it? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, all right, I just emailed it to you. And I was like, I don't understand what that means, but okay.
I feel like on those phones, anytime I hit internet or anything, I was like, exit. Like it was like forbidden.
Yeah, I had an Envy. It was my favorite phone of all time. I don't know if young people are listening to this and know what an Envy is.
I know.
But I had the first Envy, so it was like kind of rounded.
Okay.
And the button that you pressed on the little arrows, like if you press down, that brought you to the internet. And one time I pressed down on it and I didn't know, and like the internet opened up and it was like just like searching for like 10 minutes. And I was like, I just cost my family like $1,000.
Why did I think that I was gonna like bankrupt my family by like accidentally hitting internet on my childhood phone?
What was your first cell phone? Do you remember?
Yes.
I remember mine.
Mine was the Juke.
Love that for you.
Bright red. It slid up and it was about the size of my pinky finger.
Mm-hmm. That was the thing. Everything had to be so tiny when we were little. Like everything was like this big.
Oh yeah,
it was hilarious.
Like literally this wide.
Yeah. Why? It's like literally the worst idea in history.
I'm pretty sure my ringtone was Just a Dream by Nelly.
Oh my God. My ringtone was Love the Way You Lie.
No. It was on that phone. It was Take a Bow. Rihanna.
Iconic.
It was like a remix because I accidentally bought the wrong one. It was like a sped up.
I remember, I don't know if you used to do this, but I used to record from the radio.
Oh, yeah.
And like you would record with your phone and you would record like the chorus of a song. And then like I remember the one that I remember getting so crystal clear and it was perfect was I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. And I recorded it and then it was on Z100 and literally the song ended and it went and it was just like Z100 or something like that. And it was in my ringtone.
Of
So it
course.
sounded perfect up until the end.
I remember like if I was doing that and my parents would talk, I'd be like, Mom, now I have to start all
Yeah.
over.
I was just like, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, everybody shut up. I need
Yeah.
to record a new ringtone. At Christmas time, forget it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had a new ringtone like every day.
See, but I was sneaky. I was just like, oh my God, my parents will never catch this 99 cent or like $1.29 ringtone purchase. They always did. I would just like buy ringtones. And they'd be like, Jordyn. And I was like, who cares? It's
I know.
$1.
Yeah. I would always ask and I'd be like, can I
See, you're better than me.
But also I was like petrified of doing anything wrong. So I was like, I need to ask. But a lot of times my mom was like, no, what do you need to buy a ringtone for? And that's when I started recording things. And then like one day it was like around my birthday or something. And she was like, you can buy one ringtone for your birthday. And I don't think it was Love the Way You Lie. I think it was a Justin Bieber song. Like a deep cut Justin Bieber song off of My World 2.0 or something like that. And I can't remember what it was. But that I was like, I'm 100% getting this Justin Bieber ringtone. And it was so niche. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so different. I'm not like the other girls.
I would, no, you know what? I'm not going to admit that.
Wait, did you buy like did you had iTunes so like you like bought songs off of iTunes or did you LimeWire them?
I did LimeWire. I like was on the cusp of LimeWire. So like I used it.
YouTube downloader?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was like a big like vid to MP3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I'd pick my cover art in iTunes. That was
yeah.
What a time to be alive.
Literally kids these days will never understand the process of going through YouTube. And you want to know what? I got Apple Music maybe 3 years ago. I was using a YouTube downloader up until then because I couldn't let it go.
Wait, you were using a YouTube downloader up until the point where you were like 23, 24?
I'm pretty sure you're the one who convinced me to get Apple Music because when we met and you were telling me and I was explaining my predicament, which is I have all of this music on my phone, but I don't want to get Spotify because then I won't have any of that music. And then you were like, just get Apple Music. You can just add to it. And I was like, oh. So maybe it wasn't 3 years ago. It was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, I literally just started. And the second I picked Apple Music too, that was the wrong choice. Everybody was just like, you should get Spotify. And I was like, Spotify doesn't make sense for me.
No, it's so confusing. I don't get it. I never understood it.
I tried to get my songs onto Spotify and it duplicated everything. And I was like, fuck this. Off to Apple Music I go.
The only reason I ever used Spotify was to stalk my ex to see if he was listening to songs that remind him of me.
Wait, I remember that.
Oh, yeah. I did it like literally 17 times a day. He knew because I would text them and I'd be like, Taylor Swift today. How you feeling? They knew it was about me. Yeah. No, I was fucking unhinged. Now I don't use Spotify anymore because I'm in love and everything's fine. But yeah, no, in my toxic days, that's the only reason the Spotify app was on my phone was to stalk my ex's recently listened to artist.
Apple Music is where it's at. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I will never forget the day I was in high school. It was my freshman year of high school. I was depressed, a little bit of a loner, and using the same tactic that I did when I like just got a phone. My iTunes was hooked up to my mom's credit card because I was like young. I don't even think I had like a debit card yet my freshman year. So it was hooked up to my mom's and I would just buy music until she noticed. And then she'd be like, Jordyn, stop it. And I'd be like, okay. And then I would do it again. But so I was buying, like, I would spend $15 and buy a whole album. Like I wasn't the person that like bought one song. Like I bought the whole album.
Yeah.
so I was buying music all the time because it was like my escape. I didn't have many friends at the time. So I was just like, and it was like Mayday Parade, Fall Out Boy, like all this. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Oh,
And then all of a sudden I got a notification that was like Apple Music, $4.99 a month, have every song in the world downloaded to your phone. And I was like, this is too good to be true. I was like, there's no way this is real.
Wait,
And
Apple Music came out that long ago?
yes, and it came out. It was initially $4.99. No, do you want to hear how crazy I was with music? Every Tuesday I looked forward to like the iTunes undercover song of the week, and it was like 69 cents or something, and I would buy it every week. Like I was obsessed with buying things on iTunes.
I missed out on that.
Oh, it was iconic. There were some bangers on there.
I missed out on that.
But yeah, and then Apple Music came out. It was initially $4.99. Obviously, they've increased price. And it changed my world, and I will never look back.
I feel like actually I might have gotten According to You, which is a song, and it was 69 cents. And
that
it blew
song
up.
is so underrated.
It's so good. Who was that by? Aranthi or
I was going to say it begins with an A, but I never knew how to pronounce it.
I need to see.
Google it. According to You.
Orianthi.
Yeah, that.
Like, where is she now?
I don't know. She was
that song came out 2009.
I love that song so much.
Oh my God, that's like her real name. God bless. That's amazing.
Bless.
Okay, I'm going to fall into a hole if I keep looking.
I know.
But yeah, I remember I, again, always asked before I bought anything on iTunes, but my first purchase that I ever bought without asking was Paper Planes by MIA, because I knew if my mom heard the song, she would not let me get it, and she would not let me listen to it. So I downloaded it, and because I always asked, I think that it just went over their heads. Like they were just like, oh, this is just like some random 99 cents. And I never got caught till now.
Our parents cannot listen to this episode once they realize the things that we've done with iTunes.
The amount of viruses I probably could have gotten from downloading things off the internet.
The amount of viruses I did get from downloading.
Yeah.
You remember, like I would have, tell me if you and your friends did this. My friends would come over. This is when you had like a computer room.
Yes.
And we would hang out in my computer room and we would listen to like Yahoo Music or whatever and just watch. You never used Yahoo Music?
No.
Oh my God, it was my favorite. They had all the music videos on there and we would sit for hours and hours and just like watch music videos. And that was like our whole hangout.
See, I did that, but with the like music on demand channel, like on cable.
Okay.
Which I think still exists for all I know. But I literally would watch, I remember Ciara's 1-2 Step was like one that I always turned on. And it was like just freaking baller.
Ain't No Other Man, Christina Aguilera.
Oh, it was a great one too. Hurt by Christina Aguilera too, which was like a circus thing. Saddest song in the whole freaking world, but I would watch the music video. Lady Marmalade.
Oh, don't even get me
Huge fan of that one too. Such a good music video.
Girlfriend to Avril Lavigne.
Oh, Money. So good. I would watch that over and over and over again. Forget it.
Complicated too.
Complicated was great. I loved Complicated. Girlfriend was like really good though, because she played both parts.
Yep.
The
and
girlfriend,
it was the brown hair, Avril Lavigne, and I was like,
so good.
Yep.
So good. I remember there was a Gwen Stefani song too that I used to watch all the time, but it was like not like a mainstream Gwen Stefani song. Or maybe it was enough for music video. I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, but it was cool.
I know that song.
I think again, I think it was like kind of like an off the track kind of Gwen Stefani song, but it was literally about how she was like quote unquote cool with her ex-boyfriend, and the music video is her inviting her ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend over to her house and feeding them dinner, and how she was just like, after all that we've been through, I know we're cool. But it was
I know that song.
Yes. And like literally that music video was like, I was like, this is unhinged. Why is she making these people dinner?
Oh my God, wait, well, did you see, this is like recent, Julia Michaels, she has a song that's called All Your Exes, and it's literally I want to live in a world where all your exes are dead is like the chorus. And the music video is her killing all of her boyfriend's ex-girlfriends and then like sitting them at the dinner table.
Dude, that's so unhinged.
But it's so, I remember when it came out and I was like, this shit rocks.
I really like Julia Michaels. I think that she's very, very good.
She is, and she's like edgy and cool. I was like, I love her.
I remember when Issues came out. I was on spring break in college, junior year of college. I was in South Carolina. Yeah, Chokehold. I heard it in like a store, and I was like listening to it, and I was like, "Ooh, this is vibey. Like, I really like it." And then I listened to it over and over again. And then she came out with a song with Niall Horan, and then I was like, "Forget it. Like, I'm hooked. I'm there."
Oh wait, we also need to get, speaking of, Niall Horan to your wedding.
Dude, I cannot believe like this. I posted a TikTok on my personal TikTok. It's like gone semi-viral, and people are trying to get Niall Horan to come to my wedding because he's gonna be in New York City on his tour the day before my wedding. So I like made a stupid video talking about how sad I was that I probably am not going to be able to go because I might have a rehearsal dinner. Like my brain and body would not be able to let me do something like that the night before my wedding. Like I couldn't do it. But people are literally first, a lot of people commenting, go do it anyway. A lot of people commenting, go to another show. And I'll probably, honestly, Philly's earlier that week. I'll probably end up at the Philly show, like the way I did Taylor.
Sam's a Philly girl.
Don't say that out loud. People will come and haunt me. And yeah, and then the rest of them are just like, oh, so like Niall's coming to your wedding. And I'm like, he can come.
Yeah.
I will literally just, anybody can leave. I don't care. He can show up. He can be there. Literally the boy I thought that I was going to marry when I was 14 years old. Like talk about a chokehold.
Yeah.
Literal chokehold that kid had on me.
Yeah.
I was like, that is literally just the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life. And then he got braces. He got like adult braces. And I was just like, literally everybody was like,
him with the adult braces.
It like it was a vibe. Like he pulled it off. And I was like, I don't know how this kid is like literally rocking my world right now with braces on at like 20 years old, but he did.
I need that on a t-shirt. I don't know how this kid is rocking my world with braces.
He did though. He did. But yeah, it's like hilarious how every time I pop up into my TikTok, it's just a bunch of women saying like, Niall Horan, go to her wedding. And I'm like, if I like log on to TikTok at some point and I see like a stitch from Niall Horan talking about my video, again, this podcast will cease to exist.
Yeah.
Because I will cease to exist.
Yep.
If Niall Horan even remotely knows I exist, holy shit. Like it'll be over.
Yeah, you will never recover from that.
It'll be over. Well, we were talking about One Direction last week.
We were
at the end of our episode. Even if you made it through the Eras talk, we talked One Direction for about 10 minutes at the end of that episode.
And 10 minutes is generous.
Yeah. Yeah, like more like 8.5.
Yeah.
But I saw a TikTok today that said that Liam was at the studio with Louis and Niall, and they were doing background vocals on one of his songs. And I was like, don't tell me that, because that gets my hopes up.
It's just one more splash in the bucket.
And then everybody was like, where's Harry? And I was like, Harry's on tour. He doesn't have time.
My dad's calling me right now. Should I put him on the show?
Do you want to? Hello, Jordyn's dad.
I think he'd kill me. He'd be like, what do you mean I'm on a podcast right now?
I think I got a phone call during this too, but I did not answer it. I don't even know.
Should we just make them talk to each other?
Yeah. Oh, it was my friend Sarah. She tried to call me.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Sorry I missed your call. I was recording. I'll call you back after.
We'll call you after.
And this is going to come out tomorrow too, so.
I hope you guys had a lovely conversation last night.
I hope we did too.
Am I a time traveler?
Oh my god, that's funny. But yeah, so I was like in my One Direction TikTok. I've been, ever since we were talking about it last week, like my TikTok has completely just evolved into just all One Direction
Your
stuff.
FBI agents are listening to you.
Yeah, they're working overtime, and they're like, she still wants to see Eras Tour stuff, but now we have to give her One Direction reunion rumors. And I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
that's what I need.
Give me the best of both worlds, TikTok.
I looked up just for funsies. So Taylor's going to be at MetLife this weekend, which for me, MetLife is about a 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
It's not far at all.
I gotta be honest.
What?
I'm trying to get tickets.
So I was looking.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we're both unhinged.
Yeah. And I was like, let me just see what the best seat in the entire state. So I was on the Game Time app because Ticketmaster obviously isn't giving out tickets right now. So I have to go to all these resale things. So I was looking on the Game Time app and I went to row 1, like section 14 or something like that. And I was like, let me just see how much this is. Can you guess how much this ticket was getting resold for? Just take a guess.
$5,000.
More.
7.
More.
10.
More.
Shut up.
More. Whatever you're going to say, more.
15.
More.
20.
$24,000.
What the actual fuck?
Yes. I literally, I said the same thing. I opened it up. I was like, obviously, like, I wasn't expecting it to be a reasonable price. Like, I didn't open that up going, this is going to be a $300 ticket. Like, I just clicked it. I was like, let me see how much someone really is trying to sell this for. $24,000. A small, down payment on a home. Perhaps. Like,
oh, I almost said
You guys have
10
the
off the bat. And then I was like, there's no way it's double digits.
I feel like I still have the screenshot of it because I was like, this is unreal. Maybe it's in my recently deleted.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Here. So Sunday, 5/28. Section 14, row 1, seat 1, $24,150. Yeah.
I almost got scammed today.
No.
I know. I was so close to giving this man my credit card information.
Jordyn.
I know. It was so bad. I don't even know if he's a man. It could be a her, but I just always assume it's a man if they're doing something sketchy. But I saw a TikTok yesterday posted 4 hours ago, and it was like 4 tickets to MetLife, 200s, like nosebleeds, $350 a piece. And I was like, oh my God. So I DM on TikTok, I DM on Instagram. Like I said, if these were actual Taylor Swift tickets, they would be gone in the first 5 minutes of posting.
Sure.
For more than $350. The TikTok itself was posted 4 hours ago, already had like 600 likes, like some comments. So I DM and I'm like, okay, there's no way these are still available. I hear back today. And they were like, yeah, I still have them, $350 each. And I was like, there's just simply no, like, that's just not possible. So I was like, these are the same tickets from yesterday that are still somehow available at a reasonable price. And he was like, yeah. It sends me the Ticketmaster like confirmation, crossed out the order number. And I was like, see, I have them right here. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, this seems sketchy. Like, I'm going to need a little more proof. So he sends, I'm saying he, because like I said, I assume sketchy situations are dude. So he sends me screenshots of like each ticket, but it's the same exact like timestamp and everything. Same exact screenshot that was in his TikTok from yesterday. So I was like, this is definitely fake.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that.
I didn't buy them.
Thank
And then
God.
my mom who's like so hopeful. It's like, well, what if they are real? And I was like, okay, what if they aren't? Like,
I will never forget one time. So years ago, when did I graduate high school? No, not high school. College. I graduated high school in Jesus Christ. I graduated college in 2018. And I bought previously, like 6 months prior, I had bought Harry Styles tickets. And it was my first time. I think it was the first time Harry went on tour solo. So it was like a big deal. So I bought these tickets. I was so stoked. And then my parents graciously booked a trip for like me and my brother. We graduated at the same time. So like they booked a Europe trip. And it was at the time of the Harry Styles concert. So I had to sell them. So I was like, I don't know how to sell these because I got them I don't even remember. I don't know. I like didn't know what to do. I was freaking 21 years old.
Yeah.
So I went on my Twitter, which at the time was like kind of fangirly, like getting, kind of followers from people like One Direction stans. It was a little bit
Yeah.
of a One Direction stan Twitter, but that's beside the point. It's not anymore. Don't look for it. So um I tweeted out and I was like, "Hey, if anybody's looking, I'm selling 2 Harry Styles tickets," or no, maybe it was just one Harry Styles ticket because my friend had another one and she was selling it on her own. So, or maybe she gave it to someone. I don't even remember. But I was like, I'm selling 1 Harry Styles ticket. And I think it was Madison Square Garden. And this girl messages me and she was like, "Is this a scam?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I know it sounds like it is, but like, I promise I'm really like, I cannot go to this show. I'm trying to get rid of it." And she was like, "Is there any way that you can like prove it to me?" And so I like recorded my screen, like my laptop screen, and I'm like covering the barcode just like I don't want it to be I don't know. And I don't know
Yeah.
how this works. So I was like, and I'm talking through it and I'm like, "Hi, this is Sam. It's Tuesday, May 23rd, whatever. Here's my ticket. It's for this day. It's like here." And I was like, I'm really trying to like make sure that this girl knows that like I'm not trying to get like money from her because I
Yeah.
was selling it for like 150 bucks because I spent like $200 on it.
Yeah.
So, and I think it was like 2 days before. So I was like, I just need to get rid of it. And this girl was just like, do you mind sending it to me first before I Venmo it to you, Venmo you money?" And I'm like, "No."
No,
Okay, I'm
yeah.
gonna need you to send me the money first because I can't trust the fact. I was like, if I try to
I like
transfer
how
it to
you're
you.
both so afraid of getting scammed. You're like, "I can't send you the ticket. What if you don't send me the money?" And she's like, "Well, what if I send you the money and don't get
You
a
can't
ticket?"
you
Like,
can't trust people on the internet. We literally grew up with people telling us literally trust no
no
one
one.
on the
Yeah.
internet. And I ended up like she sent me the money and I was like, I promise the second the money hits my account, I'm sending you the ticket. She sent me the money, I sent her the ticket, and she was like, "Oh, thank God." And I was just like, I was like trying so hard to be like, "Please don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Also, I cannot send you this ticket if you don't send me money. Like, I'm sorry."
Also, I don't know what just made me think of this. It goes back to you saying don't trust anyone on the internet. Did your parents do kidnapping drills with you?
Whoa. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, no. There was one time I was in the front yard with my mom, and I'm like a child. Did you do the same thing? Is
Wait,
it like
no, not this intense, I don't think.
oh, no, no. We're in the front yard. We would do these like regularly. And she was like, "What if I come up and I'm a stranger and I'm like, I have a puppy in my car. Do you want to see it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "No." And I remember like once she explained it to me, I was so good with it. Like I was like, "Of course, mom, I would never go with a
Yeah.
stranger." And then there's my younger sister, 3 years younger than me. It wasn't clicking. And so my mom would be like, "I'm pulling up in a white van, Spencer. I have candy in the back." And Spencer's like, "What kind?" Like, my mom's like, "No."
Wait, that's so funny. No,
Yeah, no, we
I
did
was
like hardcore kidnapping. Like, do not get in a stranger's vehicle.
no, I had such and still have such severe anxiety that developed as a very young child that I, at like 5 or 6 years old, developed a password. Like, you remember the password thing where you're supposed to have a password with people? It's like if a random person came to pick you up, like they needed the password.
Yeah.
So I told like I think we learned about it in like first grade. And I
Yeah.
was just like, I came home and I was like, "Mom, I know that I know all of your friends, but everybody who wants to pick me up is going to need the password. I don't care if grandma's coming to pick me up. I don't care if Tia Maribel is coming to pick my aunt is coming to pick me up. Like, they need the passwords." And she was like, "Great. What's the password?" And I was like, "It's pineapple." And so I made the password pineapple. And I remember telling my dad, and my dad was just like, "Yeah, okay.
Sure.
No
Sounds
one's no
great.
one's gonna kidnap you, I
Yeah.
promise." And I'm just like, "But what if someone shows up?" And, like, they, like at the time, they weren't as concerned with kid safety when we were younger, like, nobody
Yeah.
gave a crap, like, schools and stuff. Like, now it's like, you need to be on a list and,
Yeah.
like, all this stuff. But I remember, like, there was one time I think my grandma had to come get me for whatever reason, and I, like, pulled up and I was like, "Grandma, what's the password?" And she was just like, "Samantha, get in the car." And I
Like,
was
you know I'm your freaking grandmother.
and
Like,
I was like, "I will accept that, because I know you're my grandma." But, like, that was, like, the whole thing was that I was just like, "Everybody needs to know that that the password is pineapple." Meanwhile, I don't even remember how my brother got home half the time. My brother went to public school. I did not go to I went to Catholic school. So I was like much more like, "Meow," like, I don't know. But
Yeah.
my brother was just like, I'm home. And we were
Yeah.
like, how did you get here? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
no.
Could have walked home, could have gotten a ride. Take that. Like he didn't take the bus. I don't know how my brother got home from school, to be quite honest with you. I'm like literally trying to
Like
think
to
about
this
it.
day?
I'm gonna have to go ask him. I genuinely cannot remember because I took the cheese bus. Like
What do
I
you mean the cheese bus?
the cheese bus, the yellow bus.
You call that's just the
Yeah.
bus.
No, it's the cheese bus.
What other kind of bus is
The
there?
city bus.
The
Well, we
what?
have the city buses.
Oh, see, I'm a suburbs girly, so we
Yeah, no,
only
'cause
had
and in New York City, the second your 8th grade ends, you don't get the cheese bus anymore. I had to learn how to ride the regular bus, which I think I've told you about, and
I
that
was
was not a fun
literally
experience.
with you leaving work, going back to your house when I took a bus, and you were like, "Yeah, you have to tell it to stop." And I was like, "Why?"
Yeah.
Like
Oh my god, I totally remember that. I was just like, "Oh, yeah, we gotta press the stop button," and you were like, "It doesn't just stop?" I was like, "How does it know?" Like, you have to tell it that you're gonna
I'm
get
used
off.
to the cheese bus. That's like, I know everyone's address. I have these stops. I make these stops and you get off.
Yeah, no, the cheese bus was different. The cheese bus, it stopped at every stop,
Cheese
obviously.
bus. I can't get over
I
that.
can't believe you didn't call it the cheese bus.
No, it was just the bus. It was just the school
Just
bus.
yellow cheese bus, like, that's what it was called. And then there were the short cheese buses, which
Oh
were the
yeah,
flower buses.
I had to take the short cheese bus to after school daycare.
What? I never got
Yeah.
to ride a little bus.
Yeah, no, I was on the little bus. That's how they got me from school to after school care because both my parents worked.
Wait, your after school was not at your school?
So they did have that, and I did that for a period of time, but I did not like it. I don't know.
After school.
Yeah, I was not vibing with it. So my mom like paid for me to go to like a daycare
Wow.
because I mean, I'm pretty sure I think it just made it easier because my sister was in preschool there and they offered like so she could enroll me in after school care and the bus
Gotcha.
picked me up from school. This was in like elementary school.
Makes sense.
And the bus came to the elementary school. I got on the little bus, the little cheese bus. It took me to the daycare, and then I was just there with the other kids. And then my mom picked both me and Spencer up after.
Yeah, no, there was actually I was supposed to go to aftercare on Mondays and Thursdays because those were the days that my mom worked. And I wasn't supposed to get on the bus to go home. And it got to the point where I would just get on the bus every day and I'd go, "Oh crap, I wasn't supposed to get on the bus because nobody's home at home." Because again, who knows where the hell my brother is? I
Yeah.
don't know. My
Yeah, we
mom was
still
at
don't know how we ever got home.
I don't know. I'm literally gonna go ask my mom after this and be like, "How did Danny get home from school?" I can't remember. But yeah, there were times where when I did take the bus, my mom was it was like 2 blocks up from my house was where I got off the bus. And technically, you were not allowed to get off the bus if no parent was there to pick you up.
Yeah.
A lot of times, and it has nothing to do with my wonderful mother who I love so much, she would forget and I would not be allowed to get off the bus. But I
Oh,
had the
my
same.
mom left me at my after school care. Like she just like went home from work and like daycare was closed and they're like, "Where's your parents?" And I was like, "I don't know."
Well, I'm sure my mom will be happy to hear this because to this day, she still apologizes to me for it. Like, she's just like, "I'm so sorry, I forgot about you." And this was she never caught on. Like, no one ever came to get me from the bus because I had the same bus driver from 1st grade to 8th grade. And his name was Tom, and he was the most lovely man in the world. And I hope that he is thriving and living his best life right now because he was a wonderful human being. He was supposed to retire when I was in 7th grade, and he stayed so that he would see us graduate. Like, that's the kind of man he was.
I'm
So
gonna
sweet.
cry.
It was wonderful. But he literally was like, "Your mom's never gonna remember to pick you up, is she?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Do you have a house key to your house?" And I said, "I do." And he goes, "I will literally drop you off in front of your house and watch you go into your house if you have a key." And I said, "Okay." And from 2nd grade on, I just
That's what happened?
got dropped off in front of my house every single day. And then I
You
never
finessed
went.
the system.
I literally did, and I never went back to aftercare because I was like, "Why am I gonna go to aftercare and make my mom come pick me up?" I literally would get home, I'd call my mom, and I'd say, "Hey, mom, I'm home," and she'd be
Yeah.
like, "Great," and that
Yeah.
was I became a very independent child very early in my life.
I was babysitting my sister when I was in 5th grade.
How
So,
old were
like,
you in 5th grade? Like 10, 11?
yeah,
That's
10. That's
crazy.
why I got a phone for my 4th I got the juke for my 4th grade graduation, and everyone thought they were like, "That's so early, da, da, da," but it was my mom only got me the phone because I was babysitting.
So how old were you? 9 when you got your phone? Yeah, I got my first phone when I was like 11.
Yeah, no, I
So
got
we
it.
got our first phones at the same time, if you think
Yep.
about it. My phone was some old hand-me-down phone from one of my older cousins. It was a Sony Ericsson face phone, and I bought Jules, phone
Oh, yeah.
Jules, and I bedazzled the entire thing.
I put a J on the back of my juke
Oh, I love that.
in,
Did
like,
you do, like, the charms?
Did you try again?
She's listening!
that just scared you. We're gonna watch that back, and I'm gonna be like, I just thought there was someone in my apartment.
Don't
Ah!
literally, I've had that happen to me before, don't worry.
Ah!
But did you put the little phone charms on your phone?
Did I?
You know, like, the little string, and it, like, slipped through this, like,
Yes,
little loop?
yes. I actually, my friend just got me one for my birthday, like, this year.
I love that. That's
It's
so cute.
I don't have anywhere. I don't know because, like, I just have like a silicone case right now, and I don't know how it works.
I've seen people do it here next to your sound thing, the thing that you
Yeah.
clip, like, on the case
Mm.
right there.
Okay,
So
I'm literally gonna try it when we get
and
off.
and by people, I mean I have one friend with phone charms, and it's my friend Catherine, and she has phone charms connected there.
All right.
But I was
Well,
like, "That's a smart place to put it."
no, literally, I'm gonna cough. I feel better now.
Why do you cough like a little kid? You cough like that cat meme with the tongue out, and it's like
I'm delirious.
Yeah, for viewership purposes, I know you can't tell, but, like, it's much later in the day that we normally don't do it this late, but Jordan's a working girl now, so we
I
gotta do it
know.
after work, so
Working 9 to 5.
you're not even working that time.
No, I work like today was like 9:30 to 6:30.
Basically 9 to 5.
Basically, if we're rounding.
Oh my goodness, you're too funny. I love that.
I feel like I'm going insane.
That's fine.
It's
That is fine.
fine.
I feel like there wasn't much more things that I had. Oh, I had one more thing that I wanted to bring up.
Say it.
Today was my first day tanning, and I always go out before I, like, go on vacation to get a base tan.
Mhm.
What is your starting SPF? And you have to tell me that you wear SPF, otherwise I'm gonna kill you.
I don't the first weekend of the summer, and I fry to a crisp, and then I get my base, and then I use 30. But
What am I gonna do with you?
I know it's so bad.
That's, like, not good for you at all.
I know, and my sister is, like, going to be, like, a dermatologist, and, like, she wears sun no matter what the weather, no matter what is happening in life, she will wake up every single day and wear sunscreen. Like, that is it's, like, the most important thing to her ever, and then there's me. But yeah, no, I let the sun cook me the first weekend, and then I wear sunscreen. But I get
Exactly.
one burn first. And I know it's not right, and I'm not justifying it. I know it's wrong.
You don't even put anything on your face?
I'll usually put stuff on my face.
Okay. It
I
still doesn't
usually
make it good.
It doesn't
But
make it better, but it's like it helps a little. But no,
I
during the summer, I'm always a 30.
Okay. 'Cause, like, normally it depends, like, if, like, my first outing is at the beach, I put on 30 because
Okay.
I will fry to a crisp. But today, I went outside just, like, in my backyard, and I put on 15, and I got some good
Oh,
redness here,
yeah.
you can tell. Got a
You
little
got
color
some
color.
color.
But I put
You
on
know,
15, and now from here, I think I'll wear 15 one more time, and then I start dropping, and then I drop by the end of the summer, I get to 4.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't know. I'm probably gonna be pretty pale this summer. Because I'm working in person for the first time, like ever. Like I'm normally either hybrid or remote. So during the summer, the last 2 summers, I've been like laying out with my computer, working out.
Mhm.
I'm also like an outdoors person. Like I love sunshine. Like I love being outside. I have a balcony in my apartment or on my apartment.
Beautiful.
I never leave it. Like it's my favorite spot. So like I'm a big outdoors person anyway. So when it's warm out and I was working, I would just work outside. And I would get pretty tan. I tan pretty easy. This year it's gonna be slim.
We should plan a beach day.
Yes.
Beach day on a Saturday or Sunday or
We have
something.
so many plans because I'm also coming up to watch the Staten Island Fairy Hawks with you in August.
Yes. Yes. That definitely. That's gonna be so much fun.
I know.
That's gonna be a blast because I haven't been to a Staten Island Fairy Hawks game yet, but I used to go to the Staten Island Yankee games like all the time because they were dirt cheap and they did fireworks after every game. So it
Oh
was like
yeah,
a fun.
they probably still do because Bryan Stadium does.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
I just think fireworks because it's like an attraction. They're like, come watch us. We'll give you fireworks.
I just thought of something and I need to know if you saw it because I was
Okay.
thinking baseball which made me think of hot dogs. And I was like,
As one does, yes.
yes, I'm gonna eat a hot dog. But did you see the guy at the Eras tour who ate a hot dog at every era?
No.
And he literally made a TikTok. I'm gonna find it. I'll send it to you. And he literally like he was like, "All right, lover era dog," and then he ate his lover dog, and then he was just like, "Okay, fearless dog," and he ate. And he literally like he was like he got through like 6 eras, and he was like, "I don't feel so good."
Oh my God. And Taylor Swift has more eras than, oh no.
She did 9 eras, right? Because she
Yeah.
doesn't do any debut
Yeah.
songs. But yeah, so he had a hot dog in every era, and everybody was just like, "How did you make it through Speak Now era?"
Well,
Because it's only one song, and he said it's an emotional support dog.
technically, if you count the surprise songs as their own,
He did not do a surprise song, dog.
okay.
I think that just connects
Oh, that's
to.
still that baseball Eras Tour crossover is we did not make it through an episode without talking about Taylor Swift. Also.
Yeah, we were so close.
No, we definitely talked about her earlier too. It just
Well, we
happened
mentioned how
naturally.
we have been talking about her a lot and how we're not going to talk about her today. And here I am bringing up again.
You know what? I will never be mad.
Yeah, no, but it was really funny. And this guy, he was like maybe like 3 rows back from like the last row of the stadium.
I love everything about this. This
Like
is
he
so
was literally
iconic.
just like, I don't even know if he was with anyone. Like he might have just been alone and bought 9 hot dogs and just ate a hot dog during every Taylor Swift era.
I ate one hot dog during night 2 in Philly, and it was phenomenal.
I also had a hot dog that day.
Did you enjoy it?
It was so good.
I'm so glad.
I think I posted a picture on my Instagram of me eating my Eras Tour hot
Really?
dog. Yeah.
Because that was the night I was on the floor, and me and Robbie both agreed once we get down there, we do not leave. Like, we do not pee. We do not eat. Like, we stay there and we watch every second. So before I actually saw this, I knew exactly what picture you're talking about.
My Eras Tour hot dog.
But yeah, no, so we each got a hot dog to like as like our pre-concert meal, and then we got pretzels, sodas, waters, and we like stocked up to like keep on our seat, which paid out because Robbie has diabetes.
Good gravy.
Yeah,
That's
so
stressful.
during like halfway through, he's like, my blood sugar is like, and I was like ripping off pretzels, and I was like, you do not get to die during
Not today.
Not today. But we saved him and he was fine and we had the best time.
Perfect. Love that.
Shout out. Also, I just want to say, Lincoln Financial Field, there is no better soft pretzel than the soft pretzels. I want to be buried at Lincoln Financial Field. I do.
Here lies Sporty Jordy.
Here lies Sporty. Or Jordy. Or Jordyn. Or Jay. Whatever you
circle.
prefer.
Here, look at that. We made it full circle in this episode. I love that for us.
I love a loop.
I think
Oh,
that's a pretty good way to end it.
I think full circle. We have to end it because I just ran out of words.
It's getting past Jordyn's bedtime.
It is. No, this is pushing it for me. Love you all. Thank you so much for listening. Find us on all of our socials. I actually can't speak anymore. Find us on all of our socials at the unsolicited_podcast for TikTok and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter at Sam and Jordyn. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. Like this video. Make sure to rate our podcast and follow us on all podcast platforms, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
It really wasn't, but I think I checked all boxes.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.